Okay, sorry about that. Gonna go ahead and try that again. Utility room, their bathroom. That's also a problem I've been having where the streams have been dropping a lot. Yeah, my parents have a lot of spare vehicles. That truck is temporarily, I don't know if you can see it, but the red one is temporarily going to be mine once all this mess is over. Have fun playing outside, girls. Um, from there, um, we have my little brother's room, which he keeps sealed off. Our restroom, which I just finished cleaning a little while ago. And here's where it might drop again, even though I switched over to using the Wi-Fi. The basement. My parents are so paranoid about me ever bringing a boyfriend home, I haven't had a door on this room since, I'm thinking 2013. No, hold on. No, it's late 2012, which was the reason I initially moved out. It's even more of a mess than my parents' room right now because I've not been entirely with it. The second den, which if we can ever get mom's stuff out of here, will become my living room if I wind up being here an extended period of time. As I said, a lot of it is mom's stuff and stuff from when she homeschooled us. We can get rid of most of it, maybe. The family home gym, which has been a lifesaver for me, but also been distracting me from streaming, so I'm sorry about that. The backup TV, which has absolutely nothing to do with me because I don't use it. I usually just turn on music and start running or trying to lift. The excess storage room and the guest bed, which is currently loaded down with stuff. We haven't had a guest in this room in, I'd say, about 5-10 years. And then my father's eclectic miscellanea that he has collected over the years, everything from tools to books on the lesser known parts of the occult, which I'm kind of glad I didn't read until I was older because I had to have a rational head about things. He also hides a few romance novels in here because he doesn't want mom knowing he has them. I guess that's not entirely accurate. I think she knows he has them. I just don't think they talk about it. But yeah, that's my house, or rather my parents' house, and I'm going to be living here for a while. Surprisingly enough, the stream has not dropped since I came downstairs, which is surprising me entirely. So yeah, again, I'm going to repeat what I'm doing with my channel real quick. Live streams. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch and then transferring from Twitch to here. I guess the best way to say this is, since this whole thing is a mess going on right now, it's literally the worst possible scenario that we could have possibly had in regards to this whole pandemic, because that's effectively what it is. It is an epidemic that covers the entire world, so it fits the description. Since we've hit the worst case scenario already, people are going to die. Lots of them. And I don't want people going out like at all. It's not safe. I'm minimizing my chances to go out as much as possible. McDonald's has effectively said they've frozen hiring, so I technically can't get a job until after this is all over. What else? Right. I need to keep telling myself not to touch my face. But this is nuts. This entire world has gone nuts. And I don't know how to handle it. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I do know one thing, though. I'm sorry, Cycone, but when I start transferring things over from Twitch, for a while at least, everything's going to be public. We need as many people to stay home as possible, and the more content is out there on the internet for them to view, in general, the less bored they will be, hopefully. So doing my part in that regard will definitely help, I think. I hope. You may have to put up with my parents' politics, because they talk about it so much. Damn it, touch my face again. Put it to you this way. I'm a communist. They're all libertarians. You do see how we don't get along, but we agree on the one fundamental problem that everybody's corrupt. We just disagree on who's the most corrupt, despite there being objective evidence saying it's their side. Beyond all that, you hear them talking about politics in the background, or dad talking about work, just be warned that might happen. My little brother complaining about work because apparently he wound up getting assigned to work on building one of those corporate hospitals that Trump commissioned, even though it's not going to help during any of this mess. Yeah. That's like, he tried to avoid it, despite the fact he doesn't think it's a good idea. He now has to work on that. He and I had the whether or not people like me deserve to exist, but he was a lot more civil about hating me, or at least hating what I am, than he's ever been when directly discussing it instead of dealing with it in vague generalities. So, progress? Maybe? I mean, damn it. Again. Yeah, it's... living with them is not fun, but I'm having fewer panic attacks than I ever had living in Olney or in Carbondale. So I'm taking my victories where I can. It means I have to take less of my anti-anxiety medication, which also helps with the whole not going out. But it was good seeing you all. Whomever does wind up seeing this, thank you. Today's the day I'm going to get on top of starting to transfer stuff over from my Twitch channel. And this evening, hopefully, while my dad and I are watching classic Doctor Who, which is the only thing that we've been able to watch at all without worrying about too much political coming up, even though he basically tried to call me a Nazi for being anti-fascist, even though it's in the name, because Nazis were fascists, and being anti-fascist is being anti-Nazi. Yeah. Just, other than that, the first time the Daleks appeared, we haven't had any political arguments. I'm thinking that as the more enviro-conscious episodes come up, we might run into that problem again. But here's the thing. Doctor Who's always been severely left-leaning in comparison to the rest of the world. And yeah, sure, it's been on the right compared to where the left is now. A lot. But as time moves on, and the core message of hate is always foolish and love is always wise started to be repeated in different ways and different forms over the years, it got better. So, I'm hoping that's Dad's ultimate takeaway from that, once we finally get to the modern era. Anyway, leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe down below. I mean, hopefully things don't wind up going as crazy as I'm afraid they will go in the next few months, because our president is an idiot, and hydroxychloroquine sulfate and chloroquine phosphate are both severely deadly, and if people with lupus can't get access to it because people who have coronavirus or are afraid they might get coronavirus have a run on it, we're going to have a lot of lupus patients dying. So that's one. Two, people who don't have lupus who take it wind up dying at a higher rate. From the 2 studies that Trump cites himself, that is a thing. The FDA did approve of limited testing in certain areas. Maybe it might wind up working. But they said it's a strong no on whether or not it will be approved for widespread use ever. Because although we have a lot of it, it's also very, very poisonous. So, yeah. I hope all are well. Stay home. We're all in this together. So remember to love each other, because hate is always foolish, love is always wise, and as always, this is Jeronis. So, everyone, good night.